Alright, you lot, Chapel John here, and today we are looking at Transformers Legacy Animated Deluxe Class Bumblebee. Here he is in his alt mode. As we can see, it looks nice. Well, the boxes in the background aren't what he comes with at all. This is something I neglected to show with the evolution figures, and the last figure I reviewed. The packages can come together and form an image. I neglected to show that. Sorry about that. Of course, I might not be doing it correctly, but it is what they can do. Comes with a sheet of instructions and this papers thing. It also comes with these things here attached to the sides of the car, which you can do like that, or you can put at the front like this. A few ways you can do that. It also comes with these parts, which remove and do combine together to form a Stinger, which will be interesting to see in robot mode. The mode's pretty nice. The classic colours of Bumblebee. Rolls very well. Ooh, very well. Of course, like silver rims painted. That's interesting. So, yeah, very nice. Now, transformation on this. Well, of course, you've got the red light bar. Classic. Transformation for this figure is pretty interesting. I'm going to come around here, just kind of separate these from the boot section of the car, and then take this, bring it up like this, bring it up, that taps into place, and like that. There we go. Like the arms, kind of undo them from here and bring them down. Do the same thing with the other. Because what they do is they tab into a spot within there, then they also kind of, there's a tab and a slot. Now take the arms and just kind of extend them out to get them out of the way. Right. Take this section, untap it from the windscreen, just kind of bring it down past the arms. Bring it all down, all the way. Do that. Turn the weights around. The way the legs transform is actually pretty interesting. Although on my copy, the heel is kind of badly designed. I know the way it actually holds together. It's relying on a tab, and there's a pin going through here. On my copy, the left one was, it wasn't broken, but it just came off. I super glued that into place. Hope to God that that's not everybody's copy. Oh yeah, yeah. Split the legs. And, yeah, right. Take the bonnet section, open it up, turn it around, fold the feet down, and flip out the heels right here. Flip up the kneecap within here, close it up. There's a tab here and a slot here. Close it up, and there you go. That's it. Do the exact same thing with the other. Open, flip, 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 fold, and lock into place. And that's it. You're done. Right? The body is pretty simple, actually. The windscreen, there's actually two hinges. On the hinge past here, the very far back hinge, you want to bring it down. Then bring it down at the clear hinge. If you don't, the head will not pass through the gap. There's a tab here and a slot here. That lined up, make sure that can be met. Go. That's it for the body. Take the arms, bring them up to place. Bring the arms down. Twist them so that the doors are facing the back. The elbows facing forwards. Flip out the hands. Close the arms up. And that is it for the arms. Do the same thing on the other. Interestingly enough, the hands don't flip in, they flip out. So that's an interesting transformation step, amongst many others. And that is it. That is Bumblebee in his robot mode. Pretty nice. Classic animated Bumblebee at the face. And a little bit, of course, it's an animated universe, so that's the legacy thing. Articulation is at the head. I think theoretically can turn 360 because of the chin. that isn't happening anytime soon. But he's got very good articulation, can look up really far, down. Okay, shoulders can turn 360. Well, no, they can't. They can't do that. They can go forwards pretty far. A bit more if you count this section. Arms go out and decently enough. Elbows bend. Let's see, it's hard to establish what the degree is. Let's see, a little bit past 90 degrees, very slight, admittedly. Biceps turn 360, although the doors might get in the way a bit. Hands rotate, and I didn't think they did, but I've been proven wrong. Torso turns 360, hips go forwards, that far, backwards, this far, outward, that far, that's the splits, and yeah. Thigh swivel, 360, bend to the knee, past 90 degrees. His ankles turn a decent amount, although the classic problem is the heel kibble, but it can turn probably a bit farther than that, but I don't want to risk it again. So, yeah. Pretty good articulation to him. Now, one thing you can do is take these sections, attach them to the back, and this is also where those parts come in handy too. If you hadn't removed them, like I have done, what you would be able to do is form kind of jetpack on his back and the effects. You would be able to do that. That's pretty nice. These can also be held in his hands, if you so want them to be held in his hands as accessories, with the parts on, with the stinger parts on, with them off. You can get them in his hand if you want them to. Another pretty cool thing I can do is open this up, flip in the hands. I'm going to need to flip in the hands for this one. Flip in the hands. I need to do that. And these parts will come into place. Although you've got to know one, of course, I can attach them. There's a peg here and a hole. The way that hands are slanted, the way this part is slanted is not helping matters at all. Does not make it easier. At least makes it much harder. But you can get it on his arms. But another thing you can, as individual pieces on their own, but the more common thing you're likely to do is bring them up. It's actually much easier if I do it this way. Attach these stinger pieces individually, although that's proven to be a difficult task right now, when it normally isn't. There it goes. Normally, it's not even a difficult task. Go up in place. Now you can take these two arms and combine them together, and this is where the stinger part becomes really important. Put them together, and that forms his own stinger. Very animated. Right, now that I've said that, I can pretty much remove this, and yeah, very nice. Of course, those pieces are painted silver, so that's interesting. So, I figured they'd go plain, but they didn't. Usually they would. Anyway, transforming him back, well, I already had the arms in the correct configuration with the elbows inwards, just the doors open. So, yeah, transforming him back is the doors open and the arms go up, flipping the heels, open the shins, flipping the knee, fold up the foot, and twist essentially the front part of the car 180. Probably helps if you know which way to do it. Fold the bonnet half in like that. There you go. Same thing on the other. Yeah, there we go. Flip, flip. And there's actually a tab and a slot here. Tab here, slot here. That's how that'll work. And tab the legs together. Make sure that those are tabbed together well. Turn the waist 180. Go. Take the windscreen, bring that up. Make sure his head gets past that section. Probably bring it up a bit. That's the thing. You want to make sure the head gets past it so that you can bring the windscreen up and like that. If you don't, it won't line up. Take the waist. At this point, kind of untabbing it. Bring it up. Make sure the arms get past that. That's one thing you have to do. Make sure the arms get past that. So that you can bring it up. And 2 tabs here. 2 slots here. That's how this windscreen will work. Right. Go. Make sure that the shoulders are kind of facing down. That's kind of necessary here. That's kind of how you want that. Shoulders facing down. Take the arms. Now that the legs are in place, we need to accordion them back. Make sure that the hinge is actually going underneath the car, into the car. There we go. Just make sure that things are lined up to the best of your ability first. Because what you need to do is get the arms. There's a tab here and a slot inside this section. But there's also kind of a like suggestion of a tab here and a hole here that a door goes into. So yeah, that's although I've transformed him so much that this step might have become a bit easy for me. You can see it being kind of difficult if you're not used to doing it. Go. And even if you do try your best to line it up, you won't quite line it up perfectly. I'm not kidding. That is the best I can do. So yeah, you're going to have to deal with a bit of things not quite lining up all that well. At least I do. Take the entire boot of the car, or boot section of the car, just kind of bring that down. This part will be the first to just kind of go in place. Then this will come down. There are 2 tabs here and 2 slots. Within 2 slots here, 2 tabs here. That's what you're trying to line up. Go, touch it like that. And since I've, you know, right, now I can attach this here. Make sure that the gaps are facing the peg. The peg and the gap facing the same way. Otherwise, when you attach it, it won't quite look right. So, yeah. And you can either attach it at the front or attach it at the back to make them look like boosters, which is what I'm going to do. And that is it. That is Transformers Legacy Animated Bumblebee back in his alt mode. What do I think of this figure? He's a nice figure. Any faults with him? Well, yeah, I had a QC issue with one of the heels on my figure. Hopefully that's not everybody's copy. So, yeah. But he is a really nice figure if you don't have that QC issue needing to glue it in place. So, yeah. Hope you liked this video and have a great time. And as always, see you later.